Hi, it's Brooke Miller. So, I've taken out my crystal ball pineapple because I want to tell you what the real estate market is going to be like in 2022. So, here are my bold predictions for 2022. So first we need to look back on 2021. What happened in 2021? Where did the market end up? And as of right now, I have data that is completed through the end of November. So this does not include December data, but this is the most up-to-date data that I have for the entire year. And here are some statistics about how the market performed in 2021. And I have it right here on my computer screen. I'm gonna read through it just a little bit. So the median home price in our area, in the Fredericksburg area, went up 12.6% in 2021 compared to 2020. That is currently an average or a median home price of $380,000. And last year, the median price year to date in November was only $338,000. So the values have gone up 12.26% this year. The number of houses sold has also gone up 12.26%. Isn't that interesting? Compared to 2020. So in 2020, January through November, we sold 7,582 houses. And this year, so far, by the end of November, we've sold 8,546 houses. So the number of homes sold has gone up as well. The time to sell a house has actually gone down by 50%. So this year, 2021, the average amount of time it's taking to sell a house is 14 days. Last year, 2020, it was taking 30 days to sell a house. So the time on market has gone down. Negotiation. So where I see negotiation is in what the listing price of a home is compared to what the selling price of a home is. And back in 2020, a seller was getting about 1% less than the listing price on average. And in 2021, a seller is getting about 1% more than the listing price on average. So that has gone up 2% over the year. Most purchases in 2021 were purchased with a conventional mortgage product. But 8.5% of all the sales were 100% cash. And normally in our market, the cash purchases are around 5%. So 8.5% is really huge. And that tells you people are looking to invest their money into real estate as opposed to holding on to cash or having it in other investment tools. I think that's a very interesting point. Also, the demand in 2021 was unbelievable. And I know you've heard about that, but how do I measure that? I look at the number of homes that are currently on the market right now. And I also look to see how many homes on average are selling every single month. And it helps me determine what a month supply is. But I also do a quick calculation to see, of all the homes that have sold, and all the homes that are have come on the market, what the demand is, and the demand was 99.4%. So that means with every 100 houses that go on the market, only half of one did not sell in the year, and that's on average. So that's incredible. A normal market, the demand is 75%. So we are well beyond that. So, crystal pineapple, what can you tell me about the market for sellers in 2022? So this is what the crystal pineapple is telling me for 2022 for sellers. Sellers, you will experience very high demand for your house in the first 3 to 5 months of the year. Yes, that means January. There is going to be demand for your house in January. There's going to be demand for your house in February. I don't care if there's a foot of snow outside, there's still going to be demand for your house in February. But I will say this, buyers these days have very high expectations about your house and how it should look. So Though we have very high demand at the beginning of the year, you cannot get away with not preparing your house for sale. Buyers are expecting to walk into a staged home, and they will move on to another house because your house doesn't look very good. So we can talk about that on the side, helping you get your house ready to go, but the buyers do have high expectations of how your house is going to present itself. We're also going to see some really good value increases, at least through June of this year. So I believe the average increase this next year in home value is going to be about 6.8%. So that's half of where it is this year, okay? But we'll see the majority of that happening in the first half of the year, and then the second half of the year we'll kind of see it waning off a little bit, and I'll talk about why in a little bit. So for a seller perspective, I think it's important to get your house on the market by Memorial Day, and let's get it sold by the 4th of July. I think that is the best strategy to help maximize your profits on your home. I see demand tapering off in the second half of the year. And the reason for that is because interest rates are going to go up, and because home prices have increased so much, a lot of these buyers are just going to be priced out of the market, to be plain and simple. So I see demand starting to taper off in July. And in a normal year, that's when it happens, okay? So we might feel like a normal year. And in the fourth quarter, we're going to see probably a much lower demand than we are seeing right now and we saw last year. But understand, 2021 fourth quarter and 2020 fourth quarter were two of the most robust fourth quarters ever in real estate. So when you hear these reports comparing to last year or 2 years ago, those were crazy markets, and I would take that with a grain of salt. Okay, so for buyers, okay, Crystal Pineapple, what's the market gonna be like for buyers? Okay, I think I have the answers for you. So for buyers, interest rates are gonna go up. So buyers are gonna be racing, literally running to secure houses and to buy houses, because they'll close on a house today and a week from now the interest rates go up again and they wouldn't have been able to afford that house a week later, okay? So we're gonna see buyers racing. So you need to stay on top of what you want, what's there in the market. You need to be flexible, and you and your agent need to work as a team to find these homes, okay? You look for houses, your agent looks for houses, you work as a team, you go check them out, you make quick decisions. You need to be ready to make quick decisions this year. Emotionally, that can be hard. So let's make sure you are prepared factually, financially, so you can make a quick emotional decision when the time comes. First half of the year, you absolutely are going to be competing in multiple offer situations. And currently in the latter part of 2021, we are getting multiple offers, but not 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 50 offers. We're getting like 3 or 4. Well, I think that number's going to go up. I think we're going to get back to the 7, 8, 9 offers on homes that you'll be competing with. So making sure you have a strategy to pay your own closing costs, making sure you have a strategy to make up a difference if an appraisal comes in low. Lots of different strategies. I will link my video to my 17 best practices for buyers. I will link that at the end so you can check that out. That gives you some good tips that you'll need to use in the first half of the year. But I'll tell you this, a lot of buyers are going to leave the market in the second half of the year, and that's because they're getting outpriced. Values are going up and interest rates will go up, and so a lot of buyers will leave the market in the second half of the year. So that means the second half of the year there's going to be less competition for you as a buyer, but you will be paying more both in interest and in home value in the second half of the year than the first half of the year. So you just kind of need to balance that cost benefit analysis out to decide what your timeline needs to be. And I believe the fourth quarter of 2022 will have the least amount of competition among buyers and a decent amount of inventory. So that is a great opportunity for those of you who just are not going to participate in competition for homes. You may want to wait. It's going to cost you more money, but you may want to wait until the second half of the year. into the last quarter of the year. And when I say it's going to cost you more money, I'll put a link to another video I just did about waiting to buy until the end of 2022, how much money on average it's going to cost you over time. It's a significant amount, but again, if you do not want to participate in a multiple offer situation, just give it some time, just wait until the fall, and you'll have a better opportunity then. So what are the takeaways from what my crystal pineapple has taught us today? Number one, 2021 was anything but normal. 2022 is going to be anything but 2021, and it's not going to be a normal year. So please beware of shocking headlines that say the market is going down, or things are going sideways, or the foreclosures are up, or all this kind of stuff. Things are totally different right now, and they're going to be totally different in 2022. So take all that with a grain of salt. And if you do have any questions about these headlines and these shocking headlines and reports, please get with me. I look at the market every single day. I know exactly what's going on here in the Fredericksburg market. A lot of these reports are national. Real estate's local, and I pay attention to our local real estate market every single day. 2020 saw the best fourth quarter real estate market in decades. And in 2021, we've behaved like a typical spring market the entire year. So when we start to see some ebb and flow in the market throughout a year, that's where a lot of these shocking headlines are going to come. So again, please beware of that. And I also want to make sure everyone knows, both buyers and sellers, you will probably see less multiple offers in the second half of the year. I know I talked about that already, but I believe your home value is going to go up quite steadily. And over the course of 2022, the values are going to go up about 6% or more for the year. So, interest rates. I think interest rates are going to go up. They're going to be about 3.8% by the end of the year. That's still unbelievably low, but totally different than what we saw earlier in this year. So that's going to be shocking to some folks. I also think, unfortunately, we're going to see some more homes being foreclosed upon. I'm noticing in the newspaper every single day, there's more foreclosure notices that are out there, and there are lots of reasons for that. But a lot of the stimulus plan, a lot of the mortgage forbearance, a lot of the debt reduction, things that have been going on are going away. And a lot of folks have interest-only loans still, and they've been paying low interest rates because they are adjusted. And when the interest rates start to go up, people are not going to be able to make their payments. And unfortunately, they may be facing foreclosure. Foreclosures aren't necessarily a deal as a buyer, just so you know, but it will be entering the market a little bit more now. We haven't seen any at all in 2 years, okay? So we'll see more of that. And the other thing is just getting ready, just getting your house ready to sell. And as a buyer, just getting yourself emotionally ready for what you are going to be dealing with and what the challenges are. Looking at real estate from the outside in, many times, especially now, a lot of people think it's easy. This is easy work. It's easy to sell my house. We'll sell in 2 days, all this stuff. I will tell you, my team and I have helped over 130 families move just this year. And none of that was easy. There may be portions that are easy, but going through the entire process from start to close to money in the bank is not easy. So you need a professional on your side. So if you are thinking about buying or selling or know someone who does in 2022, please make the connection back to me. I would love to sit down with them, put a strategy together that's specific for them, where they are going, and what their needs are, and that will be an excellent plan that we'll be able to execute. I have nearly 20 years experience in our local real estate market, selling over 100 houses a year. So I have a pretty good idea of how to handle this. And speaking of that, the other thing that's going to change this year is we're going to see real estate agents who got in the market in 2020. We're going to see a lot of those real estate agents leave the business. They're going to leave the business. So if your real estate agent happens to leave the business and you don't have somebody on your side, let's have a phone conversation and see if I'm the right person for you. So I look forward to 2022. I think it's going to be a fabulous, interesting, fun, curious year. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. And I will see you in 2022.